At this point, just go down, man. It's dealt with. Awful football, awesome stream. Big up, DJ. I appreciate you lot and everybody locked in, man. That means a lot. You lot are winning 2-0, man. You don't need to do this feeling cramp thing now. Surely this is the end of Kroenke. Why would he want to own anything like that? Well, Kroenke don't care. But he probably don't even know we're playing today, bro. Bruh, my Chelsea supporting friends are on me. A man said, "What is this? What Balogun brings after the DG hype?" Bro, I don't know who that is, man. Allow me. It's a long night for me, man. The football agendas are really back. I mean, Brentford might go and get a third. Ivan Toney might just get a goal to cap off the performance. Xhaka says no to that. Xhaka saved our bacon there. Ooh, almost back in the madness. Can we at least just mash up the clean sheet, man? Saka, forward. Clearly just going to get fouled, man. We've not got enough numbers forward. They've got enough numbers defensively. It's here with Smith Rowe. Saka, unfortunately, there's just too much. Man, Saka, it's inspirational. Oi, ref. Where's VAR? Where's VAR? Seriously now. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think that is, but just give us something, ref. Just give us something. Just give us something, man. No, I don't think it is, but just give us something, man. A minute and 10 seconds left, people. Pablo Marie in possession. Granit Xhaka. Saka. Commendable effort from a couple players, man. Tierney. Whistled across, doesn't get anywhere. Come on, Nelson. Can't lie. I don't know what Nelson's brought to the table since coming on. Tavares has done something at least. Lokonga's been okay, but it's just a terrible game, man. Reece Nelson. Tavares. Drops a shoulder. Overcomplicates it. Ref, come on, man. Ivan Toney's won a good foul. I have to salute it at this point. It's done the game now, ref, man. Ian Wright, look what you're doing to Uncle, man. Drawing him out. Look at him. Vex. Look what you're doing to Uncle, man. Not a smile. Come on, man. He can't stop grinning teeth and showing his gold teeth on the best of days. Not a smile from Ian Wright. You know if Ian Wright's not happy, you've done something wrong. Arteta getting shown levels, He's showing him how to rock the casual drip. This gaffer is showing him levels. Hey, man, it's always a fantastic watch along. Come on, ref, we're over the 5 minutes. End the game quickly, man, so I can get into the post-match review of this and hear you lot's thoughts. That's that done, people, man. That's that. Well done to Brentford. Like I said, commendable from Brentford. Brentford 2, Arsenal 0. They deserve their clean sheet. They deserve their 3 points. They deserve their first victory in the Premier League in their stadium. What I saw from them is everything Arsenal lacked. Tactics, desire, work rate, belief, gamesmanship, man management, collective responsibility, individual responsibility. Everything I wanted to see in a team, sadly, was shown in the opposition. Congratulations to Brentford. You deserve to be in this spot. It's a good place for you to build upon. 37 more games left. Congratulations to Brentford. For Arsenal, same old as you lot saw, people. I'm gonna get into all of that in just a second, people. Let's rise the mood up. I'm coming right.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Boy, boy. It is what it is, man. You gotta accept all of that stuff, people. It is what it is. But same way, where was we? Let's say about 2:20 to 2. Sorry, folks. I'm just finding some timestamps. Where, mum? It's where it is. So, what's you lot's thoughts on the game, man? I've done too much chatting. I want to just listen to you lot because I'm at that stage now. It goes from a bit of hope, a bit of optimism. I big up Brentford, but I can't watch this game again. I don't want to see nothing, man. I feel like the Grinch on Christmas. I don't want to see these excited Brentford fans, man. Big up Brentford, Again, trust the process. But let me see what you lot are saying, man. And the one thing I'm appreciative, win, lose, draw, Arsenal playing, anything else happening, I'm very appreciative that I get to share it with you lot. We've got 37 more games to go. Whether you lot will have the stomach to last, whether I will have the stomach to last, another thing. But I'm very appreciative for you lot to be here. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Also, people, 12 p.m. Twitch tomorrow, Man United versus Leeds. I prefer the neutral games. Everyone's opinion is welcomed. Don't shoot the messenger, but I'm just going to take in some opinions now. What did you expect? This has been written on the wall for ages, and we've only failed to address our problems. Toby, tell him again. Chambers was poor. I don't know why he started. I'm not going to be reactionary, but, based off last season, I probably would have given it Chambers. And, I personally said I would like a right back because Arsenal fans will turn on Chambers right now. They'll be breading him again. They were the ones saying, "Oh, we don't need another right back." I'm not trying to be reactionary, and I'm not saying I know more than other people, but people can say I've been very consistent in my need for a right back because you lot will kill Chambers today and a couple of these players, a couple of these guys. When it eventually happens, we'll go on a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unbeaten run when it doesn't really matter, and you'll start believing these guys are levels. Like it's like we've packed up for pre-season. I mean, for the end of the season, come back for pre-season, started this season, and a lot of you thought stuff was gonna change. Certain lepers don't change their spots. Certain men have been making these mistakes. Contractually, if it goes left for Arteta, some of these guys are going to be under contract for a long while away. And it's like what I say with Arteta, that these players are going to cost you your job. These players will cost Arteta his job. And I know there's Aubameyang and Lacazette, they weren't here. I know we didn't get a penalty, but these are not reasons for us losing 2-0. It's the same old, same old. You're done by 2 dead ball scenarios. You're going against a championship team. We've allegedly got a set piece coach. So what are we working on? But like Emmanuel said, can we be surprised? Because you go back to, it was different personnel, but you go back to Hibernian. You go back to Rangers, you go back to Watford, you go back to Millwall, you look at Chelsea, you look at Spurs. The wrong building blocks have been in place and the signs have been there. And like we already know, you can't say it's only pre-season, it's only pre-season. Expect to rock up against a team who just got promoted and walk away with 3 points. And the fantastic news is it doesn't get any easier from here, does it? You've just lost to the playoff finalists and the winners. Now you've got to play the European champions next week, and them man there don't like you, and they're going to have the hump because really and truly they've been losing to an Arsenal team of recent where they should walk all over every day of the week. You've got Manchester City after that. Arteta doesn't give a crap about his friendship for Arteta when it comes to Pep. Sorry, doesn't give a crap about Arteta's friendship when it comes to the game. The games are getting real, and I said it, there's no hiding place. Certain men are not going to make it to December. What I hope now happens is players are now signed, but that's only half the job. Smith Rowe had a good game. But largely, Smith Rowe, for large parts of the game, is in areas you can't affect it because we can't build from midfield. We can't build from defense because these players, what Arteta is demanding of them is not good enough, and these players are not good enough. Throw into that poor game management, poor man management. I mean, players don't want to stand up to be counted and be a leader amongst other men. You don't need the captain's armband to have that. I'm going to be real. Even people like Tierney today, who it's a bad game, he's still my guy, still protect him and stuff. But this is the issue. The young players were always going to struggle physically. And for the moments that they played, Smith Rowe, Saka, Balogun, Martinelli, there's bare lessons for them to play. Arsenal fans, if Balogun scored today, they would have been praising him to the high heavens. If he'd done what he did today, they're calling him overrated. Calm it down. The man is still learning. You know, Balogun, he struggled today. I do think there's a bit of truth in the fact of, despite the fact that he was poor today off his own back, he was one of the players with hardly any touches on the ball. That has been Aubameyang. That has been Lacazette. So there is something we're not doing in an attacking sense, and we're learning. People are saying he's out of his depth. What do you expect? The man hasn't played any minutes of Premier League football prior to the day. And it's not like he's going against some amateurs at centre-half. He's going against some relatively seasoned vets. You know, forget Premier League, how long has Stephen Pinnock played men's football, non-league, all of those sort of things? I'm not going to lie on the topic of non-league and stuff. Even Ben White looked a bit delirious and a bit like a duck out of water today. This is, you know, and it's not his fault. Why is he looking? If Brentford played Brighton today, Ben White would look good. White had some poor stuff at his own accord, but you're only as good as the system. You know, the system is poor. The tactics are shambles. You know, players are not taking responsibility. There's only a few who are, and the opposition susses them out very quickly. You know, it's Kieran Tierney or Boss. You know, you're going to get the Haaland boys on it. You know, Xhaka is going to take a million years and get on it. The build-up play is too slow. We're making mistakes. We're switching off in key areas. You know, you look at that goal, the second one, where don't forget it, but nobody's able to win a header. Nobody's taking that man off Leno. How many times throughout this live stream were we saying, yo, why is man marking or zonal marking? Why is the goalkeeper having a striker or whoever on him? You got outdone. Take nothing away from Brentford's performance today, because they were very good, but they didn't have to be at much to beat us. This is the same way where we've lost to Liverpool last season. They've beat us 3-0. They've got Salah and all these players on the field, but they haven't shown that quality because we've handed the goal to them. Like I said, Brentford were decent. The only time we look better than them is probably the first 10 or so, when they looked a bit nervous. And again, my problem is we're going to focus on injuries. We're going to focus on positive first 10s. We're going to focus potentially on penalties. Did we have a shorthand with some injuries? Of course. You know, was it against us? Of course. But very few things are going to go right for you. We knew what we were stepping into. We're going against a team who is very good, with a very good manager, who have just been promoted in a new stadium, in their Premier League debut, in a time and day and age where fans haven't really been at games. We knew what we was getting into, and we crumbled. Many players crumbled today, and it's frustrating, man, because again, pre-season or not, certain lessons that we could have applied and done better in this game were there for Spurs. We're there against Chelsea. I've been there all pre-season. And you lot are always quick to tell me we're third for clean sheets, we're this, we're that. Do we look like I asked you against Chelsea, like I asked you against Spurs? Do we look like a team that's the third best defensive team in this Premier League? You're having an effing laugh. Look at what we're doing. We're holding on to the ball for too long. We're playing hospital passes. We're not looking up. We're doing silly flicks. Nobody is taking responsibility. You know, what is going on? The naivety is there. So when you've got inconsistent tactics, players with a lot of bad habits and certainly not good enough and inconsistent, it's an issue. How can you play like that in the first game? Regardless of what our season's been and what Arsenal have been known for a few years, how can you play like that in your first game? You should be full of optimism. I saw it from Brentford. I never saw it from you lot. You lot, and this is what I mean when I always say Arsenal will defeat themselves way before an opponent ever will. Because again, way before we talk about how good Brentford are, we're talking about mistakes. Same half the time we play teams, we're talking about what we have done wrong. You know, if we lose to teams and they've been better than us and they've shown quality, what can you say? You go back to the drawing board, it weren't your day. But it's just the self-inflicting errors and the inability to learn from them. And then we're gonna come out, you know, fair enough, the results happen. We need to get going. Can't feel sorry for us. It's Chelsea and City next. And then say and move like we've learned from our mistakes. These two goals we conceded today, they're not. I'm sure if we look at all the goals we conceded last season in Europe, in the Prem, in the Carp, whatever, we would see a similar pattern. You know, Chambers is switching off for the goal. I'm not gonna lie. But it's the sequence of play which leads to that. Simple dead balls and simple first and seconds. You're playing a championship team. How can you have the audacity to not expect to fight for your first and second balls? We're winning the first. We're not winning the second. We're there for the second. We're not putting up a fight for the first. I felt, obviously, for Smith Rowe, for Balogun, for Martinelli, they struggled physically. They're young men going against some experienced guys. They're going to struggle. We're up against it, man. You know, And I think that game, or the performances from Arsenal and Brentford, it summed up how the fans feel. Brentford full of optimism, rightly so, been promoted, blah, blah, blah. Arsenal, it's not that we're pessimistic. It's you already know the dynamics and you know how it goes. And suddenly, you know, all that optimism is out the window before it started, really and truly. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, folks. That's how I feel in relation to the game. Sorry, keep your opinions and that coming as well, people. As you know, it's always appreciative. Regardless of how Arsenal have played, I'm appreciative that we have the fan base we do, and you'll always offer your opinions, and you're here, win, lose, or draw. So it is what it is in that regards, folks, man. You take it, you move on. You got no other option.